everyone, it's me, Nicole, here to give you my home office tour. Just to give you a little background before I get started, when we moved in the house, this was designated as my office. It's a room downstairs. As soon as you walk in the house, it's on the left-hand side. And, I loved it and it worked perfect. But when I did my woman cave upstairs, i.e. my craft room, I did a desk up there. I saw a desk in Pottery Barn, but it was $1,200. So I found a secondhand one and I kind of recreated it to look like that one. And I thought that would work fine. I moved my office upstairs thinking, hey, I'll be in one spot. But my husband looked at me this week working up there and he was like, this little desk is just not doing it for you. You really need to move your office back downstairs so you can spread out and do all your things that you have to do. And then keep this desk up here strictly for your craft room. Now, the desk upstairs, this is the Pottery Barn actually inspired desk that I wanted, but $1,200, I don't think I was going there. And so on Craigslist, a lady was selling this desk, which is not so pretty, for $40. And I was like, I think I can make this work. And so, strip it down, get me some white paint. I found this chair also on Craigslist for $7, and I painted it white and I recovered the seat. It was sturdy and it worked perfect. So when it was done, this was what I had, and this is what I have in my craft room minus the accessories in the computer now because I moved those back downstairs. So now this is what's downstairs. The desk is still upstairs, but this is now my office downstairs where I do all of the I work on our home management and budget and all that kind of thing. And then my blog and my video editing, just all the things that I do. So to start, the desk is actually my old dining room table that me and my husband got when we first got married. It's still sturdy. It's a dark pewter color. It has a glass top and the glass is in perfect condition. And this has been my desk for a while. I've always used it as my desk for the last couple years. And I've always had an office in every home that we have. Sometimes it may have been in a closet, but I still have my office. But to take you around the room, here, this is another little chair that has been with us for so long, and we just keep recovering it and using it. It's no getting rid of this chair, no matter what. I really don't like it, but I can't part from it. But this is where my husband sits and talks to me when I'm doing my thing in my office. So it's, I'm glad that we do have the chair. So I'm not going to talk about your chair. And then the table right beside it is actually a round mirror that I had. And I was like, oh, where can I put this mirror? And of course it has a little bling on it. So I had a garden little side table thing that I had got somewhere from a discount store or something for $6 years ago. And so I put them together to make a little side table, and it works out perfect right next to this spot here. These are just random frames that I had, and I'm quick to throw just frames on a wall. Just, I don't know. I like the look for some reason. And then right over here is my wine bar. And this is actually something that I got not too long ago, on Craigslist. People get rid of some good stuff. It was in excellent condition, marble top, heavy, but beautiful. And it works perfect. It holds about 30 bottles of wine. It was a black wrought iron color. So my husband spray painted it the same pewter color as my desk, and it turned out beautiful. It was like that beaded, like a hammered look that he did with the spray paint. He got that hammered look spray paint, and it turned out perfect. It matches my desk perfectly. And the mirror I actually got about 11 or 12 years ago from Michael's for about $35 on clearance. They were clearancing out all their big mirrors, and I jumped on that deal. And then here, that's my little fall accessories for my office. I'm not doing anything else for the fall in this office here. So just my little white pumpkins, my candle. And my mom had got me this wine bucket, and I thought, oh, it'd be cute for a little planter for my wine bar. How appropriate. And then here is just a little tray that I had got from Pier 1, my 2 wine glasses. And one of my good friends for my birthday got me this Michael Aram set, which I absolutely love, and it's just so beautiful. So I have to sit that out. So I am in love with that. And then my lamp back there, I love this little lamp that I got from Pier 1 about a year ago. It's just a cute little lamp, and I think it's just the perfect spot for it. So that's just my little wine bar section in my office. So I would like having it in there. And then this clock here I got in England from my favorite store, HomeSense. For all my British viewers out there, I truly miss that store. I mean, every Saturday, that was my hangout. And so I truly miss that. So if you don't shop HomeSense in England, please do, because they have some beautiful things. And such as this lamp. I actually got this lamp in HomeSense. And, of course, you know that our electrical outlets and things are not the same. It doesn't match up. But I was not leaving my lamp behind. So I rewired it when I got here for $10. And so I'm so happy that I did that. Now, to take you around, here's where I keep my file cabinet. And of course, this was an ugly gray file cabinet. But of course, if it's going to my office, it had to have coordinated. So my husband spray painted it ivory color, and it, because it's metal, it took great with the spray paint. So it worked out great. And then I have my little teal binders that have been with me for years and a day. And up there, I'm still in the process. That's what I'm doing tomorrow, is organizing those binders, because one binder is going to be for my takeout menus, because I'm the takeout queen. And then the next one is going to be for my coupons. I am not an avid couponer, but I am so impressed with the folks I've been watching on YouTube that are men and women, and they save their families phenomenal amount of money. And then I love the ones that coupon for organizations and things, and that's something I think I would love to get into. So I'm trying to learn the process. Math is not my subject, so it is a struggle, but I'm going to put my coupon binder together, and I'm going to start organizing and couponing. And then the third one I'm going to keep for my binder is going to be for planning my holiday stuff. And then here's where I keep all of our documents and things. Everything's color coded by depending on what they are. And so both cabinets, I have to use both cabinets for everything. And so we just, everything is easily accessible. It's lockable. And so that's the perfect spot for that. And then whenever I need to get it, it's really convenient for me to just do what I need to do, because I'm the one that does like most of the filing for everything. So I need the most access to it. And then over here behind my chair here, of course, you guys know I love my little storage boxes. They come in so handy. And with my desk not having drawers because it was my dining room table, I have to be creative with how I store my things. I don't like seeing a bunch of stuff. But like this box holds all of my computer programs and discs and all that, those things you have to keep. So I like to keep them stacked, organized in there neatly. And it works perfect for me. And when I need to get to them, I just open the box and get to them. Now, this hat box is where I keep all of my, just like the downstairs labeler that I use. This has been with me forever and a day, but it still works perfectly. So I keep it downstairs. And then my old camera and my chargers and just all my little electronical things for my office, just all that little stuff I keep in there. And I can easily just get to it. So, but you don't know it's there, but, I can easily access it. So that's important for me to be able to easily get to it, but then I don't want to see it. Now, on my desk, with me not having a drawer, I had to get creative with how I store my desk accessories, because I did want to still be able to access stuff like that easily. My mom, at an estate sale, of course, she always finds the best things, found me this little bowl tray. It was a combination, they're made together. And at the bottom, I just put all of my little sticky tabs there, and they fit perfectly around the tray part. And then the bowl is for my clips and my paper clips and my stick pins and all that fit perfectly in there. I love seeing a little splash of color, actually. So it works great for me. My home organizational system, you remember that from my video there. And it works perfect. And then here, this is a little kind of like a creamer sugar bowl, I guess you could say. And I just put my highlighters in there. So, it's just a neat way to use different objects for your desk. And I think, I love the way it looks. And of course, I have my blinged out teal stapler. You guys know me. I must have been awful as a baby with the bling. They probably couldn't take me anywhere without me just looking at anything that shines. But I don't know what it is about me and things that shine. But I love the look. It works for me. You see, I have my coffee ready, guys, because after I finish doing this recording here, I'm going to jump on the computer and I'm going to get this stuff edited and out to you. I have my lotion and candle there that, I got to have the lotion and you got to have the candle. And then right here, I've had these forever. They came from, I think, TJ Maxx about 12, 13 years ago. And they're actually bathroom accessories, but they work so perfect on my desk to house, like I put my antibacterial hand rub thing in there, and then my wipes to clean like my electronics and stuff is in there also. Here is where I keep my business cards and this is more my pen holder. You remember that from my video on multifunctional accessories. This little crystal dish has been with me since I was a little girl. It will be with me forever. And this is where I hold my USB drives in there, and that's convenient. It's right beside my computer, so when I need it, I can just simply access it. And so I like housing that there. And then, of course, my blingy mouse. Couldn't have not my blingy mouse, and I've had this thing a couple years, and it just works well. And then my journal, and that's where I write down all my ideas and things that I have going on. When you give me ideas for videos and things, I write it in there, my blog ideas and things. And then this is my Mac computer here. And there's my microphone that I do all my editing on. And this right here is my hard drive, my what do they call them? The detachable hard drives. I save all my videos on there, so that works great. And this is actually the project that I was working on today, and I'll go ahead and show it to you guys. But I have been having a problem with receipts. I mean, if you find them all in my purse, you find them on the table, I didn't have a system to organize my receipts, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put that together today. And so I had these little organizers that I didn't pay more than $1 years ago for them. So, Target, a lot of times, that little dollar section when you walk in Target, they have these a lot of times. So they're really convenient. And so this is what I use to organize my receipts now. So when I have receipts after going shopping, I'm going to file them in here. And that way, if I have to have returns or anything, I can easily get to them. I have 3 of them, one for my home receipts, one for my business receipts, because, I do have a business where I make jewelry. And so I'll put those receipts in there. And then one for like charity and donations and rebates, put those in there. So that's great around tax time. It's great around when I have returns, and then I just have them labeled. I labeled them for 12-month period, so that each, whatever month I made the purchase in, that's where I file the receipt. And that way I keep up with my receipts. I keep them out of my purse, and I don't never have to struggle, oh, where's that receipt or anything. So I love that little system that I came up with today. And so now I just need to figure out where I'm going to keep those so that I can easily access them. Right now, they're going to sit on my desk until I figure that out. So you see that coffee is just calling my name. And actually, if you're interested, that's caramel drizzle that I'm drinking. I normally do not drink my coffee black, but this is the only coffee that I will drink black. And it's the little Keurig K-Cup caramel drizzle. Black is delicious. So I love it. And so just to show you my desktop real quick, and as you can see, I have my little folders on my desktop, and I have them grouped in sections. And like the first section up there is all my home stuff, like any decorating ideas for the home organization, my home budget, all that is in each one of those folders, represents one of those. And then inside I have subfolders with different things, so I can easily get to it when I'm on my computer. These 3 sections are for our children. I have 2 step kids and my son, and all adults, but we do have things like for my son's Air Force information and just things with him, and my stepdaughter college information. And then every year I get her dress for this pageant thing that she does, and so I'm always searching out dresses, and so I keep a collection of things I find in there, and just all their stuff there. I like to have their own little folder so I can easily get to it, anything I need to throw in there for them. This next 2 is for me and my husband, for my resumes and for his resumes. And then right there is just different like Skype and internet. And then down here is for all my business stuff, like my website, my blog, my YouTube videos, my Pinterest page, Facebook page. And so any ideas and all my things that have to deal with those things each have a folder, and then inside them subfolders. So just a quick overview of how my desktop, how I do it. If you all do something different or have any ideas, please share them with me. I would love to hear. And then here is my handy dandy microphone that I do my video editing with, and that's what I'm on now. I love this thing. So if any of you YouTubers out there that do videos, I'm not a professional, but for me, I've been happy with this purchase here. And so it works great for me, and it doesn't take up a lot of space, which I like. So, I'm happy with it. So, but if you know of anything better, let me know, but I'm going to stick with this for a while. And so that is my home office. I'm glad to be back downstairs in my home office because it's very comfortable for me now, and I can spread out, whereas upstairs the desk was just really too small to spread out to just do the things that I do, daily. This actually, let me show you my chandelier before I forget. This did not come in the house when we purchased it. So we bought this from Lowe's, and of course I always love my ceiling medallion there. And I think it's a great way to add a lot to your chandelier for, I mean, $19, you can't beat it. And so that's that. But, I'm glad to be back in my space, and I'm glad to have the space upstairs because it's really going to be nice to have a desk just strictly for my woman cave and my craft things, and I can file things in those drawers just for that specific reason. And I can keep it designated for that, but then downstairs I can have for everything else. And I'm really used to, I've always had an office in any home that we've had, and whether it's been a closet, sometimes my office has been a closet literally, and or a small room or whatever, but that's just a necessity room for me and how I function. Now that I'm a stay-at-home wife, this year has been the only time I've been a stay-at-home wife. I've always worked full-time outside the home, but I've always needed a home office for some reason. It has always been important to me. And a lot of people it's not important to, but for some reason, it's a space that I really utilize a lot, and I appreciate having in my home, so I'll always have one. So this is my new little haven. I was happy to share it with you all. I hope that you like it and can get some ideas. And definitely, especially with the desk, if you have an old table, definitely reuse it for a desk. So hope you enjoy.